Did you guys hear what the NDP is doing?
What are they doing?
So Jagmeet Singh just gets, he stepped down.
Yeah.
And then they need a new leader, right? So they need a bunch of signatures. I think one of the requirements is that you need 500 signatures. And to cap it all off, they say that 50% of them need to be non-cis men.
Non-cis men.
Yeah, non-cis.
50%.
What's a cis?
I think a cis man is somebody
Like a
who
sister?
identifies as as a biological man. I think
Not
that's
a sister.
no, not a sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 6'7".
Is that what you said, Indy?
No, that's a sister. But
Yeah.
why would gender even matter?
It shouldn't. If somebody agrees with your platform, isn't that what you would want?
I get the number of signatures to
Yeah.
show that you have support.
Yeah,
Every
that
party
makes
does
sense.
that.
Yeah.
But gender shouldn't really matter. It shouldn't be a requirement. I don't think so.
No. It's
I wonder if any other party has that.
I don't. Maybe liberals do. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe.
But I feel like it's a part of this woke mind virus that you can call it, where people are labeling it as, right? This inclusivity crap, but whatever. So, for the main topics, first we got Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
Yeah, incredibly tragic. Nobody should be losing their lives for having an opinion, right?
No, this thing was felt not only in the US, but around the world. A bunch of people reacted to it. Next, we got some insane protests in Nepal.
Yeah, they tried to ban Gen Z from going online, so they took it offline. Because the streets.
Bro, the prime minister resigned, and
Crazy.
then they lifted the social media ban.
Yeah.
But these kids were already so worked up. Once a mob is going, you know how this thing goes. These guys are burning down hotels, the parliament building. They're going nuts.
Yeah.
And then we got Poland shot down some Russian drones.
Yeah, when someone sends drones into your airspace, you have to respond, right?
Well, that's obvious,
Yeah.
right? But the problem is, I feel like it's escalating war, right? So where do you go from here?
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And last, we got an experiment that showed banning phones in classes can actually lead to better grades.
I can't even get through a movie if I have my phone in my hand. So can't imagine being in class.
What is he talking about? Maybe you need to ban phones in your house.
Maybe.
During movie time.
Over in sports, we have Lamar Jackson had a altercation with a fan. It's becoming pretty common in sports these days.
The Bills fan, right?
Yeah. Magic Johnson said that Jordan was his GOAT. He said it in a...
It's been 3 weeks and nobody's talked about Jordan versus LeBron. It seems like right on cue.
right timing. The way he said it was interesting. We have a clip of it. NBA has proposed some rule changes. One of them's coming into effect. The other one's a proposal.
Really? I didn't even hear about
Interesting
these.
ones. And then we got some updates on Mr. Kawhi Leonard.
Uncle Dennis?
Little updates on that whole situation.
And for off topic, we got Phillies Karen, and I'll give you an ethical dilemma.
Okay.
And stay tuned for the question segment at the end.
So, Charlie Kirk gets brutally assassinated. He was at a large campus in Utah in front of a large crowd. Everyone's seen the video now.
Yeah.
I first saw the zoomed out video, right? And then when I saw the zoomed in video and you see the shot going to the neck
Yeah.
and everything and how gory and gruesome it was,
Yeah.
I don't know who sees that and doesn't pause for a second and take political ideology out of it and
Yeah.
just see the realness of that. And realize that it's 2025 and we're seeing political assassinations. Instead, people start right away arguing over, what side he's on and what he said in the past or whatever, and just dehumanize everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of shocking, man. I don't
The
know.
world we live in, right? People just start doing that.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds wild.
they desensitized to something seeing so much blood like that too.
Right.
I looked at that now. First, I was like, "Is that even real?" It looked like it could have been out of a video game. And right away, people are just like, "Well, look at everybody else dying a lot in the world." Nobody's saying that no one else is dying. But it was so gory. I couldn't even believe that happened because same thing. I saw the zoomed out version, then I saw the other angle.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, I think when you start saying things and talking about what Charlie Kirk has said in the past, this, that, and the other, right? You're kind of giving the shooter excuses.
Yeah.
right?
You're
That's what
saying
doing.
he deserved it
Yeah.
indirectly.
Which human deserves that, right?
Exactly.
Like, do I agree with 100% of what Charlie Kirk was saying? No.
There's
right?
a lot I don't agree with.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things I do also agree with, right? And it seems like he was a person who's advocate for free speech, right? That's what he was doing. He was going to these college campuses and he's giving his opinions on things, right? But then obviously this being him being one of the most influential political figures in the US right now,
For sure.
the reactions start coming in,
Yeah.
right? And we saw Trump. He tweeted a couple of things. He posted his video message that everyone's already seen by now, right? And then Barack Obama, he said, we don't yet, what did he say? He said, we don't yet know the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, but this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy. Italy, they responded, I'm shocked by the news of the killing of Charlie Kirk, a young and followed Republican activist, and atrocious murder, a deep wound for democracy. Javier Milei said, my condolences to the family and Charlie Kirk and to all the young people in the world who admired him and listened to him. A formidable ideas of freedom of speech. And then Mark Carney was actually one of the first ones to reply. The Canadian Prime Minister, I am appalled by the murder of Charlie Kirk. There is no justification for political violence and every act of it threatens democracy. Joe Biden also replied. He was like, there is no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now. And they weren't the only ones. Netanyahu replied. Keir Starmer replied. Pretty much most political leaders across the board were kind of condemning this and coming out, right?
Yeah.
And saying that, everything that's like wrong with it.
For sure.
Pierre Poilievre also gave his thoughts on the matter. And I think we have a video of him talking about it.
Please allow me to offer my condolences to the family and loved ones of Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old father of two who was mercilessly assassinated yesterday at a university campus for having expressed contrary views. Universities are supposed to be places of debate where differing opinions can be offered and exchanged in peace and security. We must all unite, regardless of our political views, around a simple principle. Political violence is never acceptable. Every person should be free to express their opinion without fear of violence.
And then obviously a bunch of influencers gave their thoughts, right?
Yeah.
From Candace Owens to Joe Rogan, pretty much everybody across the board. Dave Smith, Late Show host, Jimmy Kimmel even said something.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about this, right? And then you see the online discourse, right? Which is a lot to do with, there's people saying this isn't a political assassination, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you can say that, right? There's massive protests that have been happening in Nepal.
Yeah.
You guys see
They're
it?
trying to censor them.
We have a clip of it.
That's a parliament building they burned down.
आक्रोश देखिए और घंटों से ये आक्रोश चल
I
रहा
don't see
है
it here, but apparently they were wearing their uniforms and stuff.
पूरा संसद भवन परिसर बर्बाद हो गया
Mainly like schools. Yeah.
जनता यहाँ से हटने को तैयार नहीं है
People are dancing.
Yeah. You see in the
झंडा वहाँ पर देखिए जश्न मनाया जा रहा है और समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि वो क्या रहा है
yeah, right here. This is the members of parliament. No, it's members of parliament. They're being airlifted out of there. Right?
Mission Impossible.
Imagine that happening here.
Wow.
That would never happen. That's what parliament.
Yo, when I first saw this, I thought it was AI.
Really?
Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, they lit this whole thing on fire too. Imagine that happening here. Even if there was a protest, imagine them like airlifting. Like they would get stuff under control pretty quickly. You would hope, right?
Yo,
The
what
government.
happened? Like, what are they
They
protesting?
overthrew the government.
Yeah, it's like a Gen Z led protest. Basically, what happened was that there was this thing that started trending. It was like Nepo kids, where like a bunch of these, politicians, wealthy kids were posting things online about how lavish their lifestyle is, and And so a bunch of people started, posting things on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on X about like how that's wrong and stuff. A bunch of these Gen Z kids, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then what they did was they banned social media.
Yeah.
Right. And once they banned social media, these kids went nuts.
Yeah.
Right. So then they started.
They just banned it because they didn't want to see these Nepo kids.
They banned like 26 different platforms. Their claim was that they hadn't registered for the new rules under their Ministry of Communication and Technology. Essentially, the rules were that they had to hire locally and pay taxes.
Oh.
That's what the government was claiming, but we don't know if they're using that to whatever.
Yeah, it was a part of this legislation that, they're trying to prevent misinformation and hate speech. That was their whole take on it, right? And argue, censorship tool. So then these kids, then they protest, right? And then once they start protesting, eventually they lift the ban.
Yeah.
It gets lifted, kids don't stop.
Pretty quickly they lifted the ban.
And
I
the
think
mob, like the mob is just like rolling now.
Yeah.
So they don't stop. And then they started talking about government corruption. They start talking about, what were they talking about? Oh, the economic,
Nepotism.
right? Nepotism wasn't the only one. It was like there's no economic opportunity, right?
Yeah.
They're saying that, it's pretty much stagnant, right? Which is, it's across the globe. It's like that, right? But I think youth unemployment in Nepal, I was reading up on it, is like around 20%. I think overall unemployment was like around 12.6%, something like that, as of 2024. Right. So then you see, like, when you have stagnation in terms of like the economy, what's going to happen, right? People are there's no opportunity.
For sure.
Right. So, and then you're going to see people online posting and bragging about how great their life is. You're going to start to get mad, especially if they're politicians. And the politicians' kids. Right. And like, so the people that run your country are rich. And you're not.
For
sure.
Right. So then people get angry and now you're protesting. Right. And I feel like the protest turns from a censorship protest into a anti-elitist protest.
That's like, it starts off that way. Because imagine that happening here. Even imagine them trying to censor a group where kids get really mad, right? And they start protesting. If it was the state's National Guard, shit's getting shut down, right? Imagine that doesn't happen. You overthrow the government. You burn down the parliament building. They're airlifting your ministers out of there. You're winning. They're not going to stop. Right? That country's like, they need to get that under control. I could never picture. Imagine Donald Trump getting airlifted out because he's so scared of what's happening around him.
It's not going to happen.
They would shut that down right away.
Yeah, this isn't Nepal, bro.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. But like, it's the whole thing that, to me, I agree, like, your right to protest, and I agree with protesting censorship, and even if you're anti-elitist, all of that's fine, right? None of that shit was peaceful. Burning down buildings, right? The parliament building is one thing. I think they burned down like the Hyatt and
their
a couple
houses
of these hotels.
too. Even these ministers' houses.
Pass away?
Yeah, I think over 50 people, 100 people, something like that.
When I read it, 19 people were killed in the protest.
I think 19 protesters. I think 50 people. That's what I read. Were killed, and I think hundreds, or at least 100, were injured, right? And then countless damaged property, right? But I think the wildest part of this whole thing is, so the prime minister, he immediately steps down.
And then he resigns.
Right? He resigns, and then this lady gets elected, right? The first female prime minister, right? She doesn't get elected, she's appointed by the president. Right. So the way that these kind of countries work, the president is just ceremonial, right? And he's kind of supposed to be the head of state, but like the prime minister is the person who runs the government kind of situation. So the president appoints an interim prime minister, right? But how this Gen Z generation kind of chose this lady is pretty wild. So basically, this lady, this entire thing happened on Discord. So
really?
Yeah, so this lady, she out of here. After widespread protests and the banning of major social media platforms, young protesters flocked to Discord to coordinate, deliberate, and even vote on who should lead the country next. The Youth Against Corruption server, which quickly ballooned to more than 130,000 members, hosted multiple polls over the past week. On September 10th, the group reached a consensus. Sushila Karki, Nepal's former Chief Justice was chosen as interim leader. More than 7,700 votes were cast before Karki crossed the 50% threshold, reported South China Morning Post.
Yeah.
The very next day, she met with Nepal's president and Army Chief General, underscoring how this online... Yeah, so basically, they elected her
on Discord.
On Discord.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild to think that there's... So
What the hell is Discord?
This
is the second time hearing about
I
it.
didn't want to ask, but
like
I don't know what it is.
It's some app, some platform.
Social?
It's like Reddit.
No,
It's more like Reddit, right?
it's kind of like Reddit. It's like a platform. I think mainly like gamers use it, like crypto. It's in the crypto world where a lot of people use it, investors and
In
stuff use
crypto,
it.
it's huge.
Right. So like the weird thing about this entire thing is then if you look at it from a bigger, from a zoomed out lens,
Yeah.
right, you get a country who's functioning. There's a prime minister not functioning, corruption, all that stuff's going on. But there's a prime minister one day, right, and there's a government or supposedly that's going on, right. Something happens, a protest happens, they knock the government resigns, and then these kids elect their own person, basically in what you can compare to like a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They elect a new prime minister and this guy appoints him. That's wild, man.
But I guess it's because like the government is just so afraid of the country now. Like they just have to kind of listen.
Yeah. At
they're
that point.
definitely like they overthrew the government. There's no public trust there.
Bro,
I don't even know where you go from there.
that happens in these countries, right? Like I think Sri Lanka, didn't their leader or whatever he was like run away for like 7-8 weeks?
Oh my god.
And then he randomly comes back. He like went to like Bangkok or something. I can't even
People
remember.
were like, they went into his house. They were like sleeping on his bed.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
in his tent and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild to live in like those kind of places. Like we should be thankful that we live in a country like this, man. And you don't live in a place like that. So much chaos.
But now
absurd.
Nepal has elections scheduled for March 2026.
That'll probably happen in a WhatsApp group, right? Really
Hopefully they get that situation under control. That's crazy.
Yeah.
right? But some more geopolitical stuff. Poland shot down some Russian drones.
They did, yeah.
So 21 Russian drones thought to be unarmed decoys crossed the border into Poland. Only 3 or 4 were said to have been shot down, and one drone flew 160 miles into the country, forcing the closure of 4 airports. So France, Germany, Denmark, they've already said that they're providing fighter jets.
Yeah.
UK is also expected to join in. NATO Secretary General, what's his name, Mark Rutte, he said, in addition to more traditional military capabilities, this effort will also feature elements designed to address the particular challenges associated with the use of drones. Right? Okay. And then as for Canada, Mark Carney posted this on X. So he writes, Russia's incursion into Polish airspace last night was reckless and escalatory. Canada stands with Poland and our NATO allies. We are closely coordinating with them, and we will remain vigilant against Russia's attempt to widen and prolong the conflict with Ukraine. Putin is demonstrating once again his total disregard for the path of peace. Russia's actions following a week of brutal attacks on Ukraine civilians underscore the importance of our steadfast support for Ukraine to bring lasting peace to Ukraine and Europe. We must increase the pressure to Putin to end this war.
Yeah.
You know what's weird there? The hyphens almost seems like he copy pasted from ChatGPT. Just
Probably did.
That too. Yeah.
right when I was reading.
Anytime you see hyphens, that's what trips me.
And then Trump posted on Truth Social. He goes, what's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here
That
we go.
did not come from that did not come from ChatGPT. Here we go.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't need to overthink this. Yeah.
So drawn
I
out.
don't even know what Carney's whole tweet was. That was a long one.
Yeah, you get lost in it.
Yeah, and then I think right after that, he then says that it could have been a mistake. I think there's like a video of him.
What's your reaction to Russian drone incursion into Poland? Could have been a mistake.
Could have been.
Mistake, but regardless, I'm not happy about anything having to do with that whole situation. But hopefully, it's going to come to an end. What's your reaction?
He's just
And
talking about the Ukraine war, I guess.
Yeah. Then Poland's, I think he's talking about Putin there. And then Poland's prime minister responds by posting this on X. He goes, we would also wish that drone attack on Poland was a mistake, but it wasn't, and we know it.
So, does it have some intel there? How do they know that?
But it was an attack?
So, like, a bunch of these drones, like, invaded their airspace, right?
Yeah,
so they
so
didn't
why is he
attack.
calling it an attack?
Because invading somebody's airspace, like, I feel like Russia is trying to push the needle and see what they can get away with, right? You have drones hovering over there. These guys shut down airports.
Like, you're not supposed to fly over a country without that country knowing.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to. That is an attack.
Okay.
Right.
And Russia is going to claim that it's just a mistake. We know we were hovering over Ukraine.
That's the thing about it. Right? You like Poland and EU now have openly said they're like it was deliberate, and Russia has kind of denied the intent, right? And that's what matters here. They can't really prove that. They can be like, yo, navigational errors, or the drone kind of just took off on its own, it malfunctioned. There's a number of things they can say it's a drone, right? It's not. But they shot down like I was reading there was 8 crash or impact sites that have been reported so far.
So imagine if like one of those drones like flew into a house or a building, right? Now you have damages, right?
Yeah.
Now you're escalating things,
Yeah.
right? Because now shit's happening,
Yeah.
right? Versus like, luckily nothing like that happened. But this is the closest that I think NATO's been to being pulled into this Russia-Ukraine
For
conflict.
sure. This thing's been going on since 22, I want to say. I don't know for sure, but it feels like that around 2022. This is the first time NATO's being involved really at all.
So Poland did invoke Article 4, right? They didn't invoke Article 5, but they could, right? Article 4 is when they're basically just consulting with NATO, right?
Yeah.
It kind of tells them like, it's urgent, come consult. We're going to talk about this and see what we can come up with. Article 5 means that there has to be full collective defense, right?
Okay.
Like against Russia.
That's NATO's agreement, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you mess with one of us, you mess with all
exactly.
of us, right?
So then now what's probably going to happen here? I don't know, a whole bunch of talking, a whole bunch of geopolitical experts like us or whoever, podcasters talking about it, people on the news talking about it. There's probably gonna be sanctions and stuff, but what does this actually do? I don't know.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at it, right, like Putin, if he sees that they don't really care, you think he's
I think that's exactly what it is, what you said, right? He's kind of just posturing. He's like tiptoeing.
See how far
I can do this.
Yeah.
Do you guys care? Does anyone care?
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? That's not a mistake, man.
No. And are you surprised?
I'm not surprised
Yeah.
at all.
I'm not surprised, but like he does know that Poland's a part of NATO, right? And he's trying to see what NATO's response would be to drones, right? He didn't physically attack, because if he physically attacked, then NATO's going to respond.
Of course, yeah.
Right? But up until that point, like, I don't know, any of this escalating war stuff and pulling everybody into it and getting a step closer to World War III, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
You see the Qatar thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, where
Doha? Yeah.
Israel basically bombs Qatar to claiming that it was Hamas that they were going after, which I don't know if that's exactly true or not. I think it was.
Yeah.
Right. But even then, they send these fighter jets from the Red Sea, F-35s and I think F-15s, and they hit Qatar.
Yeah.
Right. And then Qatar comes out and they're like, that was obviously unacceptable. And I think one of their leaders wrote an apology letter to Canada. Where he's like, for boycotting. Like, I understand why you guys were boycotting the U.S. or some shit like that. I don't know. But the U.S. has these strong ties with Qatar. Right.
And Israel.
Yeah. And obviously Israel. Right. But Trump basically didn't say anything about this yet.
That's tricky.
Right.
Trump isn't saying anything about a lot of this.
Not right now. What a wild news week, though, eh?
Yeah.
Political assassinations and global wars and shit escalating. Like, it's wild.
And Netanyahu's saying some shit. Like,
He's saying some shit.
Yeah.
He's saying some shit.
Just like the Charlie Kirk stuff, I don't know when humanity got to this place where with Gaza that, like, if you don't agree with just people just dying all the time, you're somehow supporting terrorists. Right? Like, who doesn't think Hamas is a terrorist group? I think everyone agrees that they're a terrorist group. But do people deserve to die? You don't think they are?
No. I'm not saying I don't. I'm sure there's crazy people everywhere.
Yeah, but like, you don't. I think just this the humane aspect of these things, it just kind of goes away. And whatever the political side is going with, that's what everyone just rides. Something completely unrelated to this, banning phones in schools actually improves grades.
Who thought?
Right? Who knew? So they did this experiment with 17,000 students, or approximately. The experiment showed that those obliged to hand in their phones before lessons began not only performed better academically, but came to support the ban. The findings suggested lessons were calmer and there was a sharper focus on work. The study, led by Alp Sungu of the University of Pennsylvania, coincides with growing concerns about the impact of smartphones on learning, sleep behavior, and mental health, particularly among teenage girls, among whom rates of depression and anxiety have risen sharply. Child-friendly smartphone blocks explicit content automatically in the UK. Mobile ownership begins early. 1 in 5 children aged 3 or 4 have a phone, according to Ofcom. And by 11, 9 out of 10 do.
Wow.
Nearly half of 16 or 17-year-olds believe their screen time is excessive. Yet high quality evidence on whether classroom phone use affects academic achievement has been scarce. Sungu and his team set out to address the gap with a randomized controlled trial, the only type of experiment capable of showing whether phone bans can directly lead to better grades. Students at 10 universities and colleges were randomly divided into classrooms where they either had to hand in their devices or where they served as a control group and kept them. Those who had to surrender their phones gained higher grades. The effect was roughly half as large on average as the improvement typically seen when a pupil is taught by a very good teacher rather than an average one. A striking result, the researchers suggested, for such a simple and inexpensive intervention. In-class phone bans represent a low-cost, effective policy to modestly improve academic outcomes, especially for vulnerable student groups, while enhancing student receptivity to digital policy interventions, Sungu and his colleagues wrote in a working paper.
Well, damn.
Well, that was a lot of reading.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. The UK mobile ownership begins early.
So young.
1 in
4 years old.
Those
Right?
ages were insane.
Read.
3.
And 4.
It's like all the videos kids are watching, man. Like even our kid, she knows how to swipe up. Like the other day, she was like, "Mom, like look at these pictures," and she held up her hand like that, and she's swiping.
Oh, wow.
I took pictures. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like it's no longer a camera action.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I think so. My mom gave her a phone.
Yeah.
Right. So then she's using the phone, and then Sophia comes out, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Right. She's looking at the phone, and she immediately was like, "I don't know. I didn't know I was supposed to use that." Right. And then Sophia's
She knew. She started crying right away.
Yeah. And then it's like
So that's what's teaching her.
Yeah, no. Then we told her, we were like, you can't use phones like that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You can watch things on the TV because we never had our phones, right? But you can't stop grandparents, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, kids having them when they're 3 or 4, even 11 is early, man. I feel like the longer you can keep phones away from kids, the better.
Yeah.
Probably hard now though, because if they're having them at 3 and 4, and some parents are choosing to do that,
Yeah.
then there's like the peer pressure thing too, right? With kids, it has to be difficult.
I think the peer pressure thing is one side of it, but then you see how radicalized we just finished talking about it, like young kids can get, right? I think even outside of the political side of it, there's also, I think, with a phone comes social media, comes Instagram, comes TikTok, comes these girls that we've talked about it before. They're using anti-aging cream. At like age 14. Like, what the hell are you doing? They have
What wrinkles do you have?
right? They have like these makeup routines. You don't need to do that.
I don't think like anything in that article is nothing we didn't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, if a kid doesn't have his phone in class, he's going to pay attention more.
For sure.
What I hope is coming from this is more articles like this, more research like this, so more
studies.
changes in schools, so more bans. So like more in that direction.
You know, there's actually people that argue against this, and they say that the whole argument is that like kids need their phones because it's like
Safety.
Emergency.
that they get to talk to each other and there's like discourse and dialogue amongst them, and like
Do it outside of the classroom then.
I was just thinking when we were in school,
Yeah.
right? I don't even think people had cell phones in high school till I was maybe 17, 16, I got one. 16, 17, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I got
Right?
it in grade 9.
And that was a flip phone.
I got my
right?
first
Like,
phone in
There was
university.
no internet on it.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we used to pass notes.
And like even then, like if like for me, like I was one of the only kids that had a cell phone.
Yeah.
Right. So to me, it's like it's kind of foreign, right? Like if it's kind of disruptive. So I would expect a teacher to be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You're gonna give me the phone."
Yeah.
Like they would take away MP3 players. That's how old we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Before iPods,
Yeah.
you had MP3 players with a wired headphone in it, right? And
You
you're just,
sneak it up your
We had a
sweatshirt.
Walkman.
Yeah, that's what I was
Take
gonna
it
say.
back.
I
had
used
a
to-
Walkman.
Go further.
yeah,
The CD
Walkman's
players,
way
Walkman.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, the Discman came out with the CD, right? But like before that was a Walkman, like an actual cassette tape,
I had a
right?
Britney Spears cassette.
With those bulky ass headphones, right? And even that, like if you ever took it to school, teachers would be like, "No, you can't
Yeah, yeah.
listen to that or do
They would
this." or
take it
that."
away.
So imagine the attention span of these kids.
It's shot.
Imagine being a teacher, constantly having to deal with kids.
I
Just,
have problems myself, man. Screw kids.
Also, like
when
what
I'm
they're saying
using my
about the
phone.
anxiety and stuff and depression, and
So real.
I've even seen things where kids are on these like, or they're on their cell phone like bullying other kids.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, and the parents will see, but like that shit happens too quickly.
Yeah.
So it's gonna lead to anxiety and depression, and
Of course.
it's scary. Like, we're gonna have kids growing up in that era.
yeah, I think there needs to be somewhat of some sort of
I like the ban. Classroom bans should be a thing.
Yeah.
on
They
cell
have
phones.
them in Canada, right?
Where?
In like Ontario,
Classrooms.
in classroom.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There shouldn't
What?
even be any, like, even the study, I don't know how right true that is. They said by the end of it, kids were agreeing.
The study was done in India.
The study was done in India, but then
I don't know
there's
if that
also
matters.
Oh,
no, but there's a University of Pennsylvania study that coincides with it.
okay.
So like, and then they're comparing it to like,
UK.
yeah, because the article is from the Sunday Times. It's a UK newspaper. But I feel like, yeah, at the end of the day, like, I don't know, to me personally, if I put my phone away, like I guess what you were trying to get to,
Yeah.
if I put my phone away and I'm working on something, I'll do better work. Right? Like you have a cup of coffee, you sit down, you start working on something. I'll do better work. I'll do it quicker if my phone's away.
For sure.
If my phone is there, every so often I'm like, we just see what the hell's going on in the world.
But also, so
just-
much of the work you're gonna do, you're gonna need your phone. So it's really hard to.
That's what you tell yourself. That's what you tell yourself. But you can limit it.
It's
right?
definitely
Right?
possible, man.
Like,
The thing you were even saying about the movie, like
For me, it's so true, man.
it's hard to get through a TV show sometimes without like just checking your phone. What
But
am I even
you gotta pick it up and put it out of arm's reach.
Yeah.
Because even when you're checking it, you're checking
And
for
put it on
nothing.
silent because you hear a thing.
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Message me.
Yeah.
Let me go. Look
Nobody
at this.
message me, man. The people I talk to are in this room.
Yeah. I mean, even with phones, I feel like we were talking about the next time we go on vacation, like just put the phone down.
We're not going to
We're
try
not
to
gonna
like
pull 'em out.
capture
Yeah.
everything on her.
We're not trying to capture anything. We just want to live in the moment, right?
Yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of like just trying to show people what you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
Which I feel like some people are kind of good at. I realize that
People are good at
Yeah,
it.
they don't
Yeah.
post that much anymore.
I'm realizing like people our age
Yeah.
are shifting that way. A lot of people,
Yeah.
they're like anti-phone.
Yeah.
Millennials,
Keep it away
I feel
from
like
me.
a lot of them don't even have social media. There's like I see some
little bit
people
of a trend, right?
There is a trend.
Yeah.
Because don't the over posters now, aren't they basically like how we look at like Facebook moms now?
Yeah.
Right? People who like overly post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like that person, like if you go to like one event, you take a picture or whatever, it's
Yeah.
fine, right? You're
Yeah,
into your
yeah.
outfit.
The
or
person
whatever.
that
Daily.
You want to take
yeah, yeah.
Like
does
vlogging,
so many,
basically.
like photo
Yeah.
shoots.
Or like if you, yeah, it's like 15, 20 different pictures. Like
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
saw, you know, what you're wearing from the first angle.
Number of pictures too
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
right?
And then you see like how many posts those people I just swipe. I'm like, I'm not looking at this
Yeah.
story.
follow.
There's that also.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for the main topic. Should we move on to sports?
Yeah. Let's do it. I don't know if you caught that Ravens Bills game. People are already saying it might be the game of the year. Went down to the wire. Yeah, there was an interesting like fan altercation that happened on one of the touchdowns. So DeAndre Hopkins scored a touchdown, and then a fan chose to jump in there and just get involved and hit him on the head a bit. And we have a clip of the altercation and Lamar afterwards, his interview.
Fan hits him up on the head and then hits Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, so
And
he smacks
after that
him.
fan who
Then he hits Lamar. Lamar's like, don't hit. Right? And then he had
See what
this.
happened. Don't get me wrong. I didn't try to, it just happened. Like, I got pushed. I'm like, what? I thought I was like outside. I wasn't even thinking about me being out there on the field, but my apologies to that, whoever that was. I don't know who it was. My apologies to him. Like, just chill next time. Just, you can talk trash and stuff, but keep your hands to yourself. Yeah. That's all I can say.
There was also a clip that we saw. It looked like a beer bottle or can flying towards Eric at the end of.
That's crazy. Like, stuff like that shouldn't be happening. It's not WWE. We playing football out here. We don't want to just keep it football. Talk trash. I know guys gonna talk trash. I know the opposing team's gonna talk trash. Just keep it that way, but keep your hands and keep your objects to yourself.
Keep your hands and your objects to yourself, right?
I agree, though.
Yeah, I didn't think he said anything weird. I thought he was a little too nice there.
No, Lamar.
I think he has to.
He's just a nice guy. That's his nature.
Yeah.
They banned the fan, though, right?
Yeah, since then, he apologized. The NFL said they're not going to take any action towards Lamar.
Yeah.
The fan,
that's good.
The Bills have indefinitely banned him.
Yeah, because if he did it to one player, you'd be like, he's overly excited, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's just, by the, he's just trying to touch the players or whatever, which you shouldn't be doing. But in football games, when they score a touchdown and the player jumps up and everyone pats the guy or whatever. But that wasn't that. No. They were just walking by, right?
And it's the opposing team. He's smacking them in the head.
Yeah, he's smacking. Exactly.
Weird.
So imagine if you gave a fan, one of them whiplash.
Exactly.
Or something happened to their neck or something like that, right?
For sure. For me, I'm like, it's good. You should have punched him.
Was it a little kid?
He looked pretty young. Maybe you shouldn't have punched him. He looked kind of young. But that's how people learn, right? They're getting a little too involved.
Yeah.
There's also this clip, just the other day, it came out, LeBron. He was over in China and a fan rushed the stage. This just happened. Watch LeBron game.
That looks like the least intimidating fan I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He ran
up just like, what are you gonna do, bro?
What's happening?
Even he didn't know. He's like, what's going on here? These fans, it's happening again and again. It was happening with Westbrook a bunch of times. Remember back a couple years ago? It's like what he said. He's like, trash talk, say anything, swear, say anything. These players are used to a lot.
Remember when
Just don't touch anything.
started happening with the comedy guys? Wasn't it Dave Chappelle was performing and some guy rushed the stage and then the security guard beat the shit out of him?
Rush stages. They happen at
it
great
was
concerts
starting.
and stuff too.
Yeah.
It's starting to. Will Smith rushed the stage. Chris Rock for no reason.
He calmly walks there.
Right? But yeah, I think it. I don't know. I've also seen some at some concerts and stuff where the singer or musician will kind of embrace it.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, no, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Just a fan or whatever. I've even seen it happen at Punjabi concerts and stuff like that. They'll even embrace it sometimes. Don't worry, let them go, right?
Nobody should be embracing it.
No, I think you gotta judge every situation for its own, right? You don't know, somebody spends all this money, they might come there for the, I'm not saying it's right, but where the person's head is at, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. But as a player, I think Lamar handled that
perfectly.
He shoved him back.
Yeah, he shoved him in the video.
Yeah.
But then he says, I apologize. I wouldn't have even said I'm sorry. I'm like, yo, why the hell is somebody trying to push my neck?
Yeah.
Right? If I'm injured and I can't play 2 games, there goes our season.
That he's saying don't make it WWE. You guys tackle each other. You guys fight.
There is that.
Yeah.
But we've seen the malice in the palace.
Yeah.
Right? And you see what the hell happened.
When fans get a little too involved, these guys are professional.
I don't agree that anybody should come on stage, even at concerts.
Yeah.
You don't buy a ticket to come on stage.
In this,
for sure.
In this situation, it's different. Like he was saying, sometimes they go up to the fans
And
that
they
they want to be hugged and interacted with.
Yeah.
But in this situation, they're in Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's the opposing team. They're just walking by.
Yeah.
This guy
No,
just
he
smacked-
did it purposely. He's trying to hurt him.
That's what it looked like. He was shoving them, right? So I think 1-2 times
they banned him.
for sure. I think 1-2 times these guys get smacked up, maybe they'll stop, right? I think fans are definitely starting to cross the line.
Well, also Bills Ravens, that game was wild, and
Crazy
then also
game.
that's a potential championship game,
Yeah,
right? Not Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
right before Super Bowl.
yeah,
I mean, it's a big game, right?
yeah. Start off the season with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have a Magic Johnson was starting up. Nobody's talking about LeBron and Jordan. It's been 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like,
Jordan the GOAT.
I'm going to bring that back up. He was on stage talking about who he thinks is the GOAT.
I love my boy. I love him. Yeah. But when Michael Jordan took off with that tongue out, hold up. Listen, because a lot of you wasn't born then. 1991 against my Lakers, right hand. We thought we had him. He looked as we went down. He switched it to the left hand. Tongue went left. Spun it against the glass and good. There's nobody alive that's been able to do just that. That boy is too bad, I'm telling you right now. But LeBron is a bad boy too. He's a bad boy, but he's not Michael.
Nobody's talking about this GOAT debate. He just says that. I feel like there's a little bit of a trend going on where these, because for so long, didn't Magic just side with LeBron? LeBron's my guy, yada yada.
I think in the beginning he used to side with Jordan, and then like it kind of there was a lot of like push from certain fans that were saying that, you know, LeBron's a guy.
Yeah.
And then I feel like he kind of flipped stances on it. Yeah. Maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly, but something along those lines. But yeah, I think you've seen this push from more modern or current NBA players,
for sure.
They're not shitting on the old school guys, but they're kind of I don't know, not remembering them enough.
Yeah,
these old heads.
Yeah.
Right, so these old heads every so often want to come out and be like, "Hey guys, we were great too."
I mean, LeBron's been playing for over 2 decades, right? There's people that watch basketball today that their whole lives they've been watching LeBron. They don't remember in NBA before him. We do because we've seen it. But there's people like that. So to them, like, who is Jordan really? They don't really think about him, and all they know is LeBron. All they've seen is LeBron. Go to the finals again and again and again and lose a lot. And sometimes win.
I mean, my thing with like LeBron, if he stayed on course and just kept doing whatever he was doing, which I mean, I don't know, we all just catch a lot of this in Instagram reels and all this kind of stuff, right? So who really knows, right? But like once the attack started happening on what Jordan won and that era and that decade, we would have done this and we would have done that. If you just kept it to he won 6, I won 4, he won this, I won that. If my accolades versus his accolades, what do you guys think? You're the fans, you guys choose.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to shit on the man's accolades, right? That's when you start running into problems. I don't want to have the GOAT debate again, right? To me, I feel like Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. LeBron is the greatest of this era. To anyone who wants to put LeBron first, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And if you want to put MJ first, that's your opinion.
Me personally, I like Jordan's approach. He doesn't really get involved.
Right.
He just lets people speak for him, right?
Right.
LeBron always has this tendency to have his little minions out there where he starts talking about it himself, right?
Did you see his new shoe?
LeBron's?
Yeah.
No.
Just dropped it where I don't even remember what the shoe looked like. It was like this golden shoe, right? And he's like holding it, and there's like a crown on his head, obviously, because he's like the king or whatever. I just remember seeing the picture. I'm like, why is he glistening, bro? Like, how much did they oil this guy up for this photo shoot? Like, he's just like oiled up, and there's this shoe. You read the comments, and obviously, I see this on so many LeBron posts whenever he goes like the king or says something about the king. The Christ is king. Christ is king. There's only one king. Christ is king.
Oh, okay.
Indeed. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's the shoe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Look real. He looks like an action figure.
Right? But yeah.
Talking to the NBA, there's some rule changes coming in this new season. One of them's already gonna happen, and it's that the end of period heaves are not gonna statistically count for players. Right?
Here we go.
So any unsuccessful full court or very long shots taken with 3 or fewer seconds left on the clock at the end of the first 3 quarters will no longer so the fourth quarter counts? That's weird. Will no longer count against a player's individual field goal percentage if they miss. Instead, those misses will be recorded as team misses. So I've been saying this personally for so long because watching those heaves is fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times,
The player would just dribble it out.
if they're a good player, right, like that's worried about their percentage, they won't take the shot, or they'll wait until the buzzer sounds and then they'll do it.
Yeah.
So this is to incentivize them to like,
Take the shot.
take the shot and it'll count,
Yeah.
It makes sense. I don't know why it wasn't like this to begin with.
right?
Right, because like everyone wants to be 40, 50, 90 or this drive to be, and they try to
Exactly.
do that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna keep trying to not let those field goal percentages dip so much, right?
Yeah.
Also, outside of like them just being stat chasers, there is a lot that goes into it, right? Like how much you get paid for making first team, second team,
Incentives,
all
yeah.
How many of
defensive
those
teams.
shots actually go in?
Some of them do.
How many?
Well, I don't know
I can't give you a stat
statistically,
on
but,
many, but like
Not a lot.
but when they do, it's cool.
A
But when
lot
they do,
do.
it's
Isn't it so cool?
I didn't even think of it like it's against their like shooting percentage.
That's the reason they don't.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay, like they tried.
And
They had
so many
fucking
times they'll dribble it out,
Yeah.
wait for the buzzer
Yeah,
and the
then
light,
do it.
and then do it, and then it goes in.
Yeah.
And then it's like they didn't do it because their field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they'll do it more, and they won't be scared. We'll see a lot of heaves this coming season. It'll be fun.
Yeah, because like it also then like if
Kind of cool that they can do that.
they also get
Yeah.
paid based on like what like accolades they get, like
Yeah.
all defensive team, first team NBA, all of that.
Yeah.
And what percentages you have helps
It
the
matters.
media people vote you into these things. So it's not just a stat padding like I was saying, they're also looking at that, or it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe they don't want to throw up these shots, right? Because it affects their 3-point percentage or whatever. So they don't.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I thought it was a great rule
Yeah.
change. The other rule that's being proposed, it's not certain yet, which I don't really agree with. They're having a discussion to allow the review of travels and carries and out of bounds plays as well. So
Reviews?
like coaches challenges and reviews. I'm thinking like, why slow this thing down more? It's already slow enough. You know, the end of NBA games when you're just sitting there with me and you're like, when is this gonna end? You said there was 2 minutes left. It's been 25 minutes and it never ends.
Nice of you to sit there. I've been sleeping upstairs.
Yeah, she's sitting there. Yeah, that's why they never end, because these challenges and the fouls, and they're always reviewing things. If you could start reviewing travels, every NBA player travels every second play.
That's what I was gonna say. Travels are so subjective almost, right?
Yeah.
Where like Giannis can get from the half court to dunking the ball in like 4 steps,
Yeah.
technically, right?
Yeah.
He travels all the time.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it from old school NBA ways, right?
The amount of times LeBron has traveled, like all the compilations of him traveling.
Even back in the day, you're playing pickup ball, right? What like right away?
Everyone's carrying.
Somebody scores. Travel.
Yeah,
Carry. Nah, run that back. Nah.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Travel. Like you can do that all day,
So imagine doing that on the NBA court.
right? So like you're heated, you're competing, you're just like, nah, travel.
Yeah.
Replay.
I'm not for that. They're still discussing it. Hopefully it doesn't come into effect.
You don't need that. Nobody
That's going to
needs
slow it down even
Yeah,
more.
nobody
It's already
needs that.
bad.
So does that mean that the other team's coach can just call out a player for traveling whenever?
Well, they have a challenge.
it. Yeah.
And if they're successful, they get a second challenge. But they can only do it like once or twice. But
So
the ability to review it
Yeah.
the onus falls on the like referee. If he thinks it was
decide.
close, they can review it.
no, if he calls the challenge, they have to review.
If the coach calls it, they have to.
Yeah.
But outside of that, if the coach is out of challenges, let's say, then the referee can be like,
And the out of bounds plays. What are you saying with that too?
like if the foot was out of bounds or not.
Oh, we're doing that too now.
But that's what I'm saying. Travels is crazy. Imagine
Travels
reviews
is
on
crazy.
travels. That's crazy.
Travels is crazy.
Maybe there'll be less traveling.
They don't know how. That's how they play now. They
That
travel
is how
every
they
time they dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always these 0-step dunks, right?
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili. It didn't start with him. But like everyone does them.
I saw this video of like little kids playing basketball, so they don't count traveling.
Yeah.
But it was so cute.
They're
Like,
running up and down.
They just run up to the net. And the comments were all like, travel. Like, they're little kids.
That's pretty much what they do in the NBA anyway. But and then we got Kawhi. Another update to his scandal.
What's going on there?
I don't know if you heard about it.
No, I didn't.
Interesting though. So in 2022, Dennis Wong, he's the co-owner and he's a friend of Ballmer, right? So in 2022, he sent $2 million to the Aspiration, remember the tree planting company? 9 days before it sent an overdue payment to Kawhi of $1.75 million.
Wow.
Right? So he had an overdue payment, 9 months overdue. And then this guy sends $2 million to that corporation. That corporation pays Kawhi. So until this point, when he received the payment, Kawhi had only played 26% of games that season. The day after he receives that payment, he went on to play 82% of the games remaining in that season.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That makes you think about all the load management times when he's just sitting around.
Right? And I don't know.
Or maybe he was saying like, I'm not gonna play until you pay me.
Yeah, but I think when he was sitting out, then he was blaming his knee issues, right? That's what he was doing, from what I remember. He was saying his knee's messed up, he can't play, right? And then you get, that's not even conspiracy. Then you get a paycheck and knee's all good now.
This stuff's not conspiracy. This actually happened. This part of it, it's pretty crazy.
But how do you know his knee just didn't get better?
Not the knee part, the paying thing. I was saying,
just almost the same amount.
But how are you gonna get paid and then play 80% of the games? Before
all of a sudden, you play the rest of the games. It's crazy. And also this Wong, the guy, the co-owner, his daughter was previously employed by Aspiration.
Aspiration is a shell company, isn't it?
The shell company was the KL2.
Oh,
apparently
the KL2.
Aspiration's a real
There's
company.
no trees being planted, right?
No.
Kawhi didn't plant a tree.
Yeah.
That's all we know. He didn't plant any trees. And also the Clippers have already been fined for circumventing the cap. They've already been fined $250K. With DeAndre Jordan. They promised an endorsement deal with Lexus worth $200K. So they've been fined for this exact same thing. This new organization under Ballmer and Wong.
But a $250K fine is nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah.
It's nothing. You're paying Kawhi $7 million a year?
Yeah. This one's a lot more, right? So my whole thing here is like, I think this guy just, I don't know if the story just leaked, right? But this Wong guy seems to a little bit of a scapegoat situation. Perfect. There's a paper trail now linking him to Kawhi. His daughter worked there. All these little things. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know how much of it feels like a scapegoat thing. Like,
the way that
I didn't know anything. Ballmer can say it.
Yeah.
Wong, man, come on. You're throwing money around like this? You're doing all this? You know?
The way I look at it, the NBA is going to handle this one of two ways, right? One is loudly, right? Where they're going to be like, all right, millions of dollars in fine, right? Draft picks gone, Kawhi's out of the league, or like whatever, he gets fined and a whole bunch of things happen. Or two is very quietly, right? Which is going to be like, all right, we knew you were doing this.
Yeah.
Right. And we see what's going on. Right. And for that, now you get this, and this happens, and this happens, and quietly make the story go away, because this is like
all the stories in the rest of the world. Everything just goes away quietly.
Yeah, quiet.
And I just feel like this is probably pretty common in the NBA. Like this probably happens hush hush with a lot of teams.
They've been fined for the same thing.
And they got caught last time, and now they got caught again. But I'm sure it happens so many times that no one knows about it.
Stories are starting to come out now, and I feel like owners aren't too happy about it.
Which, I feel like for small market teams, this sucks.
Yeah.
Right? Not small market teams, less rich owners.
Yeah.
If you can't do this.
Because Ballmer specifically, nobody can mess with this guy. He's way richer than all of them. Way richer. I don't even know how many billions he has. He made Microsoft with Bill Gates, right?
He didn't make it. He was a CEO. Yeah.
He's a CEO of Microsoft.
He made Microsoft.
But he's rich as hell. Like if there was no cap, that's why these caps exist, right? So they can't just pay. He would have a super team.
Yeah.
But that's why you see somebody, like we talked about this before, like the Boss family. It kind of makes sense that they're out of the game now.
Yeah.
Right? If one person's playing with an unlimited checkbook.
Exactly.
Right? And you don't got that, you're playing by the rules. What are you going to do? How are you going to pay the players?
Yeah.
Right? But in sports and stuff, this shouldn't be happening.
For sure.
This shouldn't be happening. I don't think there's any room for it. It's not fair.
You don't hear about it in any other league like this. This is like probably the 30th story I've heard about this type of thing.
Does it happen in baseball?
A little bit in baseball.
I would assume it happens in baseball. Definitely happens in college sports.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of the model they're taking.
I would assume it happens in every professional sport.
I don't know, but these guys,
Just-
then they got to get better at hiding it, man. It's a bad look for the league.
I think where it probably doesn't happen is hockey. Those guys sign like
Honorable guys signing like $1 million contracts.
for 10 years on the same team. Like it doesn't seem like anything's going on. They're just like, let's go,
now,
boys.
This new era is starting to team up and shit a little bit.
They should, man. It makes for. I'm always for super teams. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why can't Toronto do some shit like this?
Because Toronto doesn't have Steve Ballmer.
We don't got a Ballmer, man.
He's got taxed to death. Don't make me make it all political. Why? But yeah, that's all we got for sports. Let's move on to off topic.
So there's a baseball game. The Phillies were playing in Miami. And there was a little bit of a, I guess you can call it an altercation between fans.
Kerfuffle.
Pay attention to the dad.
They're ready to throw hands. She ends up with it, right?
So
Yeah, he gives it to
there you go.
No way.
You feel good? Yeah.
No way.
So it's a grown ass woman goes and grabs a ball from a kid.
and it was the kid's
Child.
birthday.
Yeah.
It was a birthday?
Yeah, it was his
Mwah.
birthday.
Nice.
That's what the media says.
Yeah.
But I feel like in that situation, right?
yeah.
The dad pretended because he quickly grabbed it and he goes over there and he's
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, why are you here?" Right?
Yeah.
And
He looked like he got a little
I
bit
thought he was
no,
gonna
I feel
fighter.
like he did it fast.
his
and
hands
he
up.
knew somebody was
that
coming
he was
the way.
gonna,
He was
like,
like,
punch her.
he felt like he was playing it up a little bit, but baseball etiquette, if you're there when
Yeah.
it lands, whoever gets it,
Fair game.
Yeah.
We all
Whoever
been to a
ends
ball
up
game.
with
That's the way it works.
It's fair game.
That's the way it
That's
works.
just how it
Also, like
works.
when it's been given to a kid, why?
There's also that, like, if that was me and I got the ball and somebody was like, "Oh, Dad, maybe I'd be like, here, man."
Yeah,
Kid,
exactly.
What the hell am I gonna do? With
Yeah,
this?
even
Take
if
it.
you caught it and a random kid's behind you.
Yeah.
You're
And the
not gonna
kid's
be
like,
nice.
oh, I wanted that. You're
Imagine
probably
like a
giving
kid,
it
yeah,
to
a
the kid.
Karen just walks up to you and is just like,
Dr.
"Hey."
Phillies Karen.
Phillies Karen.
Apparently, she's like school administration, and then she's, according to multiple reports, she's been fired.
Oh my
from her
God.
position.
Over this? I don't know about fire.
That's not a fireable offense.
Just because of like how she handled her behavior with
It's
the
an
child.
offense.
It could be not true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just according to.
That's not ball game etiquette, man. It's supposed to be fair game.
Maybe she's giving it to another child.
I think
Oh.
he
Didn't
wanted
look
to
like
take
there's
that
any
one.
children
shirt
there.
on.
He was not there with
She
any
was
kids.
Yeah.
She went to
She was like,
Miami
"That's
for
my
that.
ball,"
It's so annoying, man.
right?
I
So
bet you
dumb.
the kid, it probably worked out for him. They probably gave him some.
Oh, I think they did. I remember the story now. I've seen it.
Did they?
They give him a ball.
They gave him a ball, so it worked out.
Could be making that up, but I'm pretty
I
sure.
bet you they did. It probably reached.
Like,
the
I'm like
Phillies by now.
90% sure they give him
And
a
what
ball.
about her? Did they ban her or anything? Do you know?
I don't know that much. You know me. I don't. I'm not gonna go that much into something like this.
I'm willing to bet it probably worked out for the kid.
Yeah. Based on nothing, we're just.
But like, would that be a reaction as a dad? That was a weird reaction to me. I was more focused on the dad.
No, the dad was
You know,
playing it
he was
up.
just about to throw hands.
No. What he was doing was that
First
he
he got
got the
scared,
ball.
then he's like
He
this.
knew somebody was gonna come behind him because there's like a gang of people that were going after the ball, and he snaked it
No,
and he took
once
it.
she came over to him.
No. You know when you feel you do something like that and you're walking away and somebody's gonna come and do something, he's like, I'm just gonna pretend nobody knew. Notice I took the ball.
Yeah.
Right. And then he's like, whoa, where'd you come from? You were taking the ball too?
No,
Right?
but
Not
good on
that she-
him. He didn't make a big deal out of it. He's like, take it. You want the ball? Take it, man.
What would you have done?
In that scenario, I don't know. It depends on what's coming out of her mouth. If she's talking, like saying mean things and stuff,
I still wouldn't have. So he said that he gave it to her because he didn't want that in front of his son.
yeah.
But I don't think I would have given her the ball.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I'd like to hope that I would be like, hey man,
Reasonable.
like like reasonable. I'm like, yeah, I'm not as crazy as you, man. If you really don't want my kid to have this baseball, here, take it, you
Yeah.
shit face.
Yeah.
Right. But
Would you have taken it and then chucked it onto the
no,
field?
just throw it back on the
That's
field.
what you should do.
Yeah.
You want this? Boom.
But I feel like me personally, I probably would have been like, no, you're not getting that back. It's fair game.
Yeah.
Fair game.
It is fair game.
fair
There should
game.
be public
Yeah,
knowledge.
people were mad. People were booing.
Call security.
It's
Call
fair
security.
game.
Call security. Let them decide. You're not getting it back.
That's
Get
not
out
how
of
it
here. Get out
works,
of my
though.
face.
Home run, whoever grabs it gets it.
Immediately start arguing with her.
But
Phillies
okay.
Karen.
So ethical question of the day.
Okay.
So say you have a friend, and your friend now wants to started dating somebody you've dated. How would you feel about that situation?
Weird.
How old? Where am I in life? What's going on?
Let's just say you're married.
If I'm happily married?
We're not saying happily.
Oh, like unhappily married?
And your friend is now wants to date your ex-girlfriend. Let's not even say someone you've dated. Like it was your ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Personally, I wouldn't give a shit about the girl. Like, I don't care. Like, it's an ex. Who cares? Who she's dating, I could care less. Where it's going to get weird is with the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, out of everyone, you're choosing to do this. Like, you're probably going to lose that friendship.
Yeah.
Even if you're like trying to be like cool about it.
Yeah.
You want your ex, let's say if in this scenario you're married, right? You want your ex to be around your wife.
Exactly.
Because your friend's going to bring her to all the shindigs and shit. No, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
And then there's also guy code, right? There's guy code.
That's
and all
breaking guy
guys
code,
know
man.
this, right? You don't date your boy's ex.
Yeah.
Period. You just don't do it.
So say now you're happily married. You have a child. You still
I don't
would
care. No. Like
I don't know that I would care.
if
I wouldn't care. In that, when you're married and stuff, I wouldn't
It
care.
would definitely be maybe a little awkward first or second time you maybe run into them. But I feel like after that, I don't know that I would even care that the person's there.
I'm saying I wouldn't care. Like it wouldn't affect me. But at the same time, like I wouldn't talk to that guy either.
Yeah,
he broke the code.
The code is one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
The code exists when you're happily married.
Okay. You know what
Code goes away.
I think you're speaking about a code you have no business speaking over because this is a secretive code.
Yeah.
And it exists amongst
Girl
guys
code is a
only.
thing too.
Nobody's talking. Are we questioning girl code right here? We're questioning guy code, right? But I think what the part that you're missing here is that if you are still friends with the person, right? You're saying that I would be okay with it.
That's
You'd be cool with it. Let's just say I'm still friends with the person. You're married to me, right?
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't care.
No, okay. You're married to me.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with this guy. He's bringing around my ex,
Yeah.
right? Now let's say he's my best friend.
Who's your ex?
No, we're not doing that. Let's say he's my best friend, right? So now every time we go to a function where there's friends around,
Yeah.
you have to see my ex every single time.
Yeah,
And
at that point, he's making your wife uncomfortable.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's gonna get weird. Shit's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
Right? That's from like your partner's perspective.
And especially if he starts bringing up like old stories.
Yeah. Remember back in the day?
Oh, you weren't there. You wouldn't know.
So I think I wouldn't care as much as you would care if that happened.
Who?
You.
Well, I'd punch him in the face. Like, I'm not even gonna kill. I'm not gonna be around exes and like be like, oh, like white people, like we're all good, we're all
You
friends
wouldn't
here.
even want to like have that conversation.
No,
You've never had that conversation.
no.
Yeah.
No.
We're not gonna have it now. Yeah.
It wouldn't bother me, like affect me, but I would just cut that person off.
Even if it's your best friend.
Naturally.
Because you also have to think about them. Like, out of all the people you could have dated, you're
Yo,
choosing to date your boy's ex.
There's slim pickings, right? Like
That's
you're.
not
There's
that
not.
There's like 8
There's
billion
a
people in the
sea
world.
of fish out there.
I'm kidding, man. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
No, to me, I feel
you
like
can care, but you can only care to a certain extent too. Because if you care too much, your girl.
That's
will be
weird
like, Why
too.
the fuck are you
Yeah.
caring?
Why do you care so
no,
much?
but I feel like they think that you're caring because the girl. You're like, oh my god, he's with the girl or so. I'm like, I can't
There's
be
no
around
way for
you.
to get that thought out of the girl's head.
It's the guy that bothers you. You're like, yo, what the
That's
hell are you
a little-
doing here?
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay, let's move on to the question segment. So for the first question, I'll give you guys 2 different scenarios and you have to pick what would you rather give up.
Okay.
So what would you rather give up? Showering or brushing your teeth?
Damn.
If you had to choose.
Shower.
You'd rather give up showering?
I don't know, brushing your teeth. Like, I don't know if I could stop doing that.
Is this a for life thing?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's hard, man.
Which one would have more of an impact on your health?
If you don't brush, your teeth are falling out.
And you can't eat properly.
But you want to be Mr. Smelly Pants everywhere you go?
People smell.
Loophole. You can bathe, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
I'll give up
babe.
shower.
Oh, then you
But
go
even
up shower.
with like not brushing your teeth, you can still like use mouthwash. You can
No, that
No,
that one's
mouthwash
way
isn't a
trickier
substitute.
because your teeth will
Hold
decay.
on. Do people actually substitute brushing their teeth with mouthwash?
Nobody does that.
I hope not.
But for example, one time I forgot my toothbrush somewhere, and that was given to me as an alternative.
Look at this. Look,
Yeah.
nobody does that. But for example, I do.
No, I'm trying to say I hated it. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
eat anything.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to
Doesn't
get home
feel
and
like
brush
you
my
clean.
teeth.
Yeah,
I have seen this argument that people have made online where they're like, you eat breakfast and then
No,
brush your
no,
teeth.
no, no.
That is so nasty.
Yeah. Or drink coffee
You-
and then brush your teeth.
No, you
Yeah.
brush your teeth before you do anything.
Yeah, and if you want to
First
brush them
thing.
again, then brush them again after you eat breakfast.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
That's
Nasty.
weird. I can't enjoy food without
No.
brushing my teeth first.
It's weird. Our daughter will come up to me and be like, "Dad, your breath smells." I'm in bed. I'm like, "You woke me up, man. I haven't brushed my teeth yet."
I don't know. I found that loophole, but if
Yeah. No, that loophole, smart thinking.
So you'd give up showering.
Give up showering. We take
Okay.
baths.
What would you rather give up? Pillows or blankets?
pillows.
Pillows.
Yeah,
Then you
it'd
could
have to
use
be
your
pillows.
blanket and shape
As
it into a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Use your blanket as. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loopholes all over the place.
And you need a blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't use a pillow as a blanket.
I can't speak
but
without
you
a
can
pillow,
use a
man.
blanket as a pillow.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, what would you rather give up? Music or watching TVs and movies?
Music or
Music.
music.
You'd give up music?
Yeah,
music.
I have to.
Music.
I have to.
You, TV and movies? That's way more important than music.
None of them are that important. Do I consume that much TV and movies?
I do.
You don't consume them, but like
Sports, yes.
you can get by, right? Like on long drives, podcasts, right? There's other alternatives, audiobooks.
Right.
What are you gonna do at home?
Answer. I don't know why we're debating.
Yeah, it's very
Music
easy.
is gone.
Yeah. Music is great though.
What do you say?
I know you
That's
love
hard.
music, but you have to pick music.
Why?
Why does she have to pick? You know how integral music
He
is?
knows that if she gives it up, he'll also have to.
I feel like I would probably have a healthier lifestyle if I chose give up TV
There you go. There's one reason.
music.
Okay.
Right?
You'd be uninformed.
No,
Why?
I could
You
listen
have
to
your
the radio
phone.
to listen to news.
Yeah.
Healthier, yeah. I wouldn't be happy.
No screen time.
You're like a boomer who only consumes things on TV.
Okay, last one. What would you rather give up? Hot water or air conditioning?
Hot water.
Really?
Yeah, because you can boil water.
You
for
can
food
boil
and
it.
stuff
That
like
was the first
right?
thing.
There's so many loopholes, man.
Okay, no,
No.
that's still hot water, boiling
even-
water.
Okay,
You
you
can't
can't
have
boil
hot
but
water.
I can take cold showers.
Yeah, the cold showers are better for your skin. They're better for your hair.
I tried doing it for a while, but
I used to take really cold showers, but then she takes really hot showers, and I don't know how I just ended up on that
recently
side.
come to a middle ground because I also heard it's really bad for your skin.
Heard? It's so bad. You're
it
burning your
is
skin.
bad. Yeah.
But sometimes the hot shower, man, right before bed, feels so good.
Yeah, so like the showers I could get rid of. For me, it would be the cooking, even though I don't cook, right?
Coffee.
Hot water.
Coffee. Iced coffee for life.
Yeah, because without AC,
That's hard.
No.
oh my God.
We're so like privileged.
Right? First world war.
But also you can get fans and stuff. You can make it work.
We made it work as kids. Come
Yeah,
on, we didn't
yeah.
always have AC
We didn't have it.
in every room.
We had those. You shove them into the
Like the
window.
living room had it.
Only one room has it. Yeah. We didn't have central there.
Is that it?
Yeah.
And with that, it's a wrap. Remember, we're not experts on anything, and you guys should always do your own research. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.